Hello, I am Castaway Trader and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about ES Mini and the way how we could nail the top and how we could navigate this ongoing pullback. But before I start that video, please read that important disclaimer. Okay, this is how my website looks like. The address is www.castawaytrader.com, and here you can see two most important buttons. The first button lets you subscribe to intraday updates posted on my website, and the second button is even more important because it lets you subscribe for 15-day trial of my premium chat. All the charts I'm gonna show you today in this video were posted to my subscribers on both the website and the premium chat. But on the premium chat I posted more charts more frequently with more detailed comments. And what is really important for active traders, all the charts are first posted on my premium chat, and only after 5-10 minutes, because it takes time, they are posted on my website. 2 weeks ago I posted the previous video where I explained that ES Mini goes to 3100 and even beyond that point, and I would suggest you watch it or rewatch it again. But I'm gonna show you only one chart from that previous video I posted. And in that video I concluded that there are two most important targets for ES Mini. One is 3100 and another one 3134. And as I will show you in this video, both targets were hit. Okay, this is the microstructure of subwave C or wave 3 up. And when we talk about those two tops I predicted in the previous video, we are talking about Z top, the minor wave 3 up, and Z top, the wave parenthesis 3 up, wave 3 of a higher degree. And it's amazing that such a simple thing as ABC fractal, here you can see A up, B down, and C up, together comprise wave 5, which is the final subwave of wave C of 3, lets you nail the top of a bigger rally. But not only that, the very same simple ABC fractal pointing down helps you to navigate through a pullback, which inevitably follows the rally in subwave C of wave 3 up. The main idea of the harmonic Elliott wave theory is that you operate several commonly repeated fractals, and in this particular case, if we deal with a trending move, we closely track the 5 wave up fractal, and we try to align that theoretical fractal with the actual chart of the stock we follow. And in the previous video I posted at the beginning of November, I gave you two main levels, 3100 and 3132, and both levels were tagged by two wave 3 of different degrees. This is a bigger picture. We started that 5 wave up fractal at the beginning of August 2019. We got ABC of wave 1 up, followed by ABC down of wave 2 down, and then we were expecting wave 3 up, which itself has to be subdivided into ABC, A up, deep B down, and another C up, which itself has to be subdivided into 5 waves of a lower degree. And once that subwave C of wave 3 finds its top, we should get a corrective ABC down, and from that point we should get another ABC up, and that would be the completion point of that 5 wave up fractal. And in this particular case I label it as subwave C of wave 5 of a larger degree, and of that point we would have to get another ABC but of a higher magnitude, the bigger ABC, which could go all the way down to the starting point of this wave or even lower. In this video we will be talking about the top of subwave C of 3, and we will be talking about a pullback, a corrective wave 4, which always follows the top of subwave C of wave 3. We have two main tools that let us to predict the top of subwave C of wave 3. First, this is itself that microfractal ABC, and what is really important that the final subwave C relates to the first move up, subwave A. What we normally do is that we measure the distance covered by subwave A and we project it from the bottom of a corrective subwave B. And normally that subwave C relates to subwave A as 123.6%, 176.4%, or 223.6% of the subwave A. Those three extensions become our most important levels of resistance, which we would be closely watch. This is the actual chart. You can see that here that minor wave 3 has tagged the first target, 3100, and that 3100 target was predicted on November 3rd, and we can see here that in fact the actual price has tagged that target on November 12th, 9 days later. After that minor wave 3 tapped, we got A down, B up and C down, and that was our corrective wave for down. And of the bottom of that minor corrective wave for down, we were supposed to get the final A up, B down and C up, and that A, B, C up would be wave 5, which would complete subwave C of wave parenthesis 3 up. Here you can see I added that extension. I measured subwave A up and projected it from the bottom of subwave B down, and I added two levels, 123.6%, 176.4%. The tricky point is, at this point that subwave 5 could have terminated. It was perfect A up, B down and C up, and that could be the top of subwave C of wave 3. In many cases, you cannot predict in advance what would be the top, 123.6, 176.4 or 223.6% extension. And to do that, you need to track a microstructure of the very final subwave C of 5. And here we could say 1 up, 2 down, ABC of 3, 4, and here we could say A up, B down and C up, and we could say that that structure has stopped. But to confirm that it really has stopped, it has to go through the first support, and the first support for the structure would be the low of the minor wave 4 down at 3102.50. As I've mentioned before, the very final subwave C of 5, the one which is marked with the thick blue line, has to be subdivided into 5 microwaves. So this is our second tool of focusing the top of subwave C of 3. The first one was extension of subwave A projected from the bottom of subwave B, and the second tool, we have to count microwaves inside that final subwave C of 5. At 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, November 18, we got the first drop, but I posted that ES still has the very same critical support at 3102.50, and that drop looked very corrective. It was A down, B up and C down, and it managed to hold over that critical support in 3102.50. And because bears failed to violate that critical support, ES has held potential for another push higher. And this is what I wrote to my subscribers: as long as it holds over that level, it can even produce one more push higher to 223.6% extension at 3135. And as you know, ES stopped at 3132.50. And this is the extension I'm talking about. Again, off the bottom of microwave 4 down, we measure subwave A up, projected from the bottom of subwave B down, and we deal with that extreme 223.6% extension. And inside that subwave C up, we try to count 5 microwaves: 1 up, 2 down, A of 3, B of 3, C of 3, 4, and from here we were supposed to get one more push higher, and we would be waiting for that one more push higher to another higher high in the microwave 5 up as long as that support holds. It's really interesting feature proposed by the harmonic Elliott wave, and this is what actually works almost all the time, is that the bigger rally would not get completed until that very last subwave C of microwave 5 would get completed, and it can only get completed once those 5 microwaves get completed. That's really amazing, and that really makes our work easier, because the whole forecasting process goes into counting. We just count microwaves. Look at that: 1 up, 2 down, A of 3, B of 3, C of 3, ABC of 4, and the very final ABC up: A up, B down, and C up. We can see that that final subwave C of microwave 5 has played 5 microwaves. And this is Tuesday, 9:25 a.m., November 19. And here you can see that I'm adding the green upper trend line, which is my support. And I wrote to my subscribers that I will be watching interaction of the price with that green uptrend line. It should break under it and then come back up and retest from below. 9:43 a.m., we can see the first violation of the trend line. 10:06 a.m. we can see that the move down keeps going. 10:42 a.m. Tuesday, we actually see a clear breakdown of the trend line, and that's actually the best moment when you have to consider shorting in anticipation of a bigger ABC down of wave 4 down. 11:15 a.m. Tuesday, and I wrote to my subscribers that bears have to break under support of 3111 before we can go lower and attack the next support level and 3080, 3075. I expected that price would come back up and retest those 2 upper trend lines and make a lower high before it attempts to break under that important level of support at 3111. The very same day, 2:55 p.m., we can see that this is exactly what happened. Price went up in a micro A up, B down, C up fractal, and it has tagged the lower resistance line, and it prepared to dive from here. This is what I wrote to my subscribers. ES has made microwave A down, this one, and it followed by a pullback in wave B up. This is B up. Now the most important question: how stretched will be C down? You see, I'm expecting here C down. It can come as a very short 100% extension, and it can come as a very stretched 223.6% extension. So the very same principle we apply to that ABC up to nail the top of that final subwave C. We apply to that ABC down. We measure A down, we project it from the top of wave B up, and we focus on 3 important levels: 100% extension, 123.6% extension, and 176.4% extension. Sometimes subwave C gets really wild, it gets really strong, and it can stretch down to 223.6% extension. In this case, it was 3080. Now I want to show you that specific location of the price according to the fractal, because as I mentioned before, the main idea behind the harmonic Elliott wave theory and fractal forecasting is that we align the actual price charts with several model charts, our model fractals, and once we see some alignment, we can start focusing the very next move. And at this point, I believed that the top of subwave C of 3 was over. We got the first move down in subwave A, followed by a pullback in subwave B up. At this point, I expected another drop, strong drop down in subwave C, which itself would complete the first ABC down of the top, and that would be subwave parenthesis A down. And this is what happened. We got our drop the very same day, Tuesday, 8:37 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is the model ABC down, and this is the actual price chart ABC. Once we get that ABC down, we normally expect ABC up, and sometimes that ABC up plays in a tricky way because it's so-called expanded flat structure where subwave B down manages to make a new lower low under the preceding ABC down. But it's a valid structure and we see it pretty regularly. You can see here that price moves in zigzags, easily recognizable ABC microfractals. So it's not a rocket science, it's pretty easy to learn that methodology and successfully use it in trading. Here, the very same simple principle of identifying simple ABC fractals helps to predict another strong move down. So you can see ABC down followed by ABC up, and here price reached the red target box, and that was expected path down in subwave C down. So together it was A down, B up, and C down. And as you can see, this is 10:51 a.m. on Wednesday, FOMC day. And at 1:29 p.m. of the very same day, we got that expected drop. As you can see, price could not get much higher than that red target box. It stopped right at the lower edge of the red target box, and this is from where we got a very deep, emotional, impulsive drop into that area, which was located in between 100% extension and 123.6% extension. This is where I reported to my subscribers that I closed my shorts because we got ABC down, and once we get ABC down, I start to expect ABC up. The very same day, Wednesday 11/20, 2:59 p.m., and price started to go up again as expected. And that was my expectation. Again, I said that ABC down, that first micro ABC down, would be subwave parenthesis A of parenthesis 4, and it needs now to get a corrective subwave B of corrective wave 4 before it can go one more time lower in the final subwave C down. And this is the model fractal. Again, we first get a micro ABC down that becomes our subwave parenthesis A, then we get ABC up that becomes our corrective subwave B up, and then we get the very final drop in subwave parenthesis C of parenthesis 4, and in many cases that subwave C of parenthesis 4 is stronger than the first ABC move down because it has an impulsive structure. It is subdivided into 5 microwaves, and that first move down very often comes as a shallow ABC. Again, we use the very same ABC fractal. We use that ABC fractal pointing up to predict the top of that rally. Then we use that ABC fractal to predict the first corrective move down and potential bottoming zone for that move down, and now we use the very same ABC fractal pointing up to predict a corrective subwave B up. This is 3:47 p.m. right before close on Wednesday, and this is the prediction I shared with my subscribers. Overnight we will play C down of B down to retest the lows made today, and you can see that was my prediction. So I expected that the price would go down to retest the low made by the spiky move that happened at 11:30 p.m. the same day. And this is exactly what happened. You can see the updated chart at 8:15 p.m. the very same day, Wednesday 11/20, and this is what I wrote to my subscribers. As we expected, during overnight session ES Mini is retesting the low made earlier on Wednesday afternoon. That subwave B down, I'm talking about that B down, which is itself is subdivided into ABC, can make a new lower low, but expectation for the rally in subwave C up remains unchanged. And you can see, but by next morning we got some lazy move up, but it moved from 3092 to 3012. Unfortunately, it was unable to tag my minimum target at 3120. And this is what we are left at the close of Friday. Instead of a simple ABC up to complete the subwave B up, ES formed a corrective triangle structure. Triangle is subdivided into 5 microwaves. This is A, then B, then C, then D, then E. So that would be a completion of a triangle. And because this is a corrective subwave B pointing up, we are expected to get another move down in the very final subwave C, which itself would complete a corrective wave 4, and from here we could get another rally in the very final subwave 5 up, which would finally complete the rally started at the beginning of August. Again, I want to remind you to visit my website at www.castawaytrader.com, and here on that website you can start your 15-day trial either of my premium chart, which I would highly recommend you, because not only I share those charts with forecast with red target boxes, green target boxes, but I also share my personal trades, and I spent a lot of time explaining every chart, showing you different fractals, and trying to teach you to do that forecasting job by yourself. Thank you for your time, guys. I really like to prepare those videos, but what really makes me work even harder if you like those videos or you share those videos on Facebook or Twitter. Thank you and good luck with your trading.